Greetings to all learners. Myself Sharda Devre, Associate Professor, Government College of Pharmacy, Amravati, welcomes you to the lecture 32, Success Stories of Drug Discovery Based on Traditional Knowledge. Drug discovery from the plant starts with the appropriate plant selection, and for that there are the two approaches, traditional approach or modern approach. Traditional approach based on the literature review, then folk claims, means from the tribal people, local people, whatever the claims for the uses of that particular plant, according to that plants are selected. In a bulk screening, number of plants at a time are evaluated for the particular biological or pharmacological activity, and from that further it is utilized for the drug discovery. And based on phytochemistry, means based on the knowledge of the phytochemicals, the plants are selected for a particular disease or particular pharmacological efficacy. And in the case of modern approach, the various computer aided drug design techniques for the in silico receptor and targets mediated approaches are utilized, where the number of phytochemicals are utilized or evaluated, screen for particular receptors or targets, and then the plants from the same family or same genus are chosen for further for the more and more phytochemicals or lead molecules identification. After appropriate plant selection, the various drug discovery strategies are utilized, that are the target identification, target validation, lead identification, candidate optimization, then preclinical studies on animals or in vitro studies, and then clinical studies on the healthy humans or patients. And altogether, these all strategies require about 10 to 15 years. And nowadays, various computer-aided drug design techniques like QSAR, docking, combinatorial chemistry, or database screening are utilized to minimize this time of the drug discovery. Various phytochemicals are present in the plants, mostly primary metabolites like the carbohydrate, lipids, proteins, amino acids, or enzymes. These are found to be responsible for the plant's own growth development, while the secondary metabolites like alkaloids, glycosides, phenolics, terpenoids, resins, and their various subclasses are found to responsible for the diverse range of therapeutic benefits, and they play the very important role in the well-being of the human health as well as the various animal medicines also. In traditional medicine systems like Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, or other systems, we use the plants in the form of powder, extracts, or granules, or a certain type of liquid preparations like juices or swarasas are prepared. But these plant phytochemicals inspired the more than 50% of the drugs, medicines that we are using nowadays for different therapeutic indications. Here is the list of some commonly utilized, like that of the ajmalicin, which is obtained from the Rauwolfia, which is useful as a vasodilator. Then anabasine, which is a skeleton muscle relaxant. Andrographolide, which is obtained from the Andrographis paniculata, which is useful in the treatment of the various infections. Then atropine, which is anticholinergic, which we commonly used as a pupil dilator also whenever we visit to the eye doctors, that is ophthalmologist. Then berberine, this is used as a nutraceutical for the adaptogenic immunomodulatory properties as well as to prevent the certain type of the infections, which is obtained from the Berberis vulgaris. Then bromelain, which is anti-inflammatory, it is a soft tissue anti-inflammatory, which is obtained from the pineapple. Camphor we use in many various local application dosage forms like the creams, lotions, and ointments, which is a rupefacient. Camptothecin, which is anti-cancer. Codeine, which is used commonly used in a cough, which is obtained from the Papaverum somniferum. Curcumin, which is adaptogenic immunomodulatory. Desperidine, which is obtained from the Rauwolfia again and which is antihypertensive in nature. So there are so many of the chemicals which are obtained from the plant and that are utilized by the various people for the various types of the disease conditions. Then the next example, it is the L-DOPA, which is obtained from the various mucuna species, which is helpful in treatment of anti-Parkinson's. Then digitoxin, digoxin, which is a cardiotonic, which comes under the essential drug list also. Imetin, which is obtained from the Syphilis ipecacuanha, that is a ipecac, and that is used as a amobicide. Then ephedrine, which is antihistamine and sympathomimetic, which is also commonly utilized in various types of the pre surgery treatments. Etoposide, which is anti-tumor agents. Then galantamine, which is a cholinesterase inhibitor. So this is also used full in various dementias, that is a memory loss. Then glycyrrhizin, which is sweetener but useful in the various types of inflammations. Hesperidine, which is useful in the bleeding disorders, which is obtained from the citrus species. Then hyoscyamine, which is anticholinergic in nature. This is useful in the various types of the secretory conditions or the various types of the pre-surgery treatments or even the poisoning conditions. Irinotecan, which is the derivative of the camptothecin, obtained uh, from the camptothecin and which is anti-cancer in nature. Then lobelin, which is nowadays useful in e-cigarettes for the smoking cessation, commonly prescribed in that. Next is menthol, which is rubefacient in nature and obtained from the various mentha species. This is also useful for the local application creams, ointments or lotions for the anti-inflammatory analgesic efficacy. Then this is also used as a flavoring agent in various confectionaries. Morphine, which is commonly used as analgesic in major surgeries, which is obtained from the opium poppy. Then nicotine, which is insecticide obtained from the tobacco leaves and commonly utilized as a natural insecticide material. Then noscapine, which is antitussive in nature, useful in the cough treatments. Then papin, which is a proteolytic and mucolytic, which is obtained from the papaya, and it is found to be very useful in geriatric patients, that is old people, those who are not able to digest. Then papaverine, which is a smooth muscle relaxant. This is also obtained from the opium poppy. Then phyllodelsin, which is a sweetener. Physostigmine, which is a cholinesterase inhibitor, which is commonly used in the various types of the muscle relaxations. Then pilocarpine, which is a parasympathomimetic, and this is also used in various eye drops. Then podophylotoxin, which is anti-cancer in nature. Pseudoephedrine, which is sympathomimetic in nature. Quinine, we know that it is useful in the malaria, and its various derivatives are also used in the treatment of the malaria along with the artemisinin. Resinamide, which is obtained from the Rauwolfia, it's used as an anti-hypertensive and tranquilizer. Next important phytochemicals from the plants are the reserpine, which is obtained from the Rauwolfia, hypertensive, antihypertensive and tranquilizer in nature. Rutin, which is obtained from the citrus species like lemons, oranges, grapefruits, and helpful in treatment of capillary fragility, that is a bleeding disorders. Then salicin, which is analgesic, obtained from the Salix alba, and it's very popular derivative. All we know it is a aspirin. Then scopolamine, which is also called as a hyoscine, which is sedative in nature, and this also helpful in treatment of the various motion sickness or seasickness complaints. Then laxatives, that are sennoside A, B, which are obtained from the sonamukhi plant, that is a senna. Then silimarin, which has the property to rejuvenate the liver cells, that is obtained from the Silybum marianum, and this is useful in the various hepatotoxicity treatments. Stevioside, which is a natural sweetener obtained from the stevia plant and nowadays used throughout the world by the diabetic population as alternative to the sucrose. Then strychnine as a CNS stimulant. Taxol and its various derivatives are giving a lot hope to the various types of the cancer, uh, and these are treating these helpful in recovering the patients totally from the cancer. Then various derivatives of the podophylotoxin, that is irinotecan, topotecan, teniposides, These are found to be a very good anti-cancer in various types of the uh, uh, cancers. Then theophylline, theobromine, which are diuretic, vasodilator, and helpful in the common headache complaints. Then topotecan, I just told you about this anti-cancer properties. Then vasicin, which is obtained from the Vasaka, and which is also found to be useful in the various types of the coughs. Then vinblastine, vincristine, and these are very popular anti-cancer agents which are inspired or obtained from the Catharanthus roseus, that is a Madagascar periwinkle, or in local language it is called as Sadafuli. Euhimbine, which is aphrodisiac in nature, which is also called as the natural Viagra, that is used. So there are more than 50% of the drugs are inspired from the plants, and the plants had played the important role in the discovery of the various types of the drugs in various therapeutic indications. So there is also that many times it happened that it is not possible to use the phytochemical as it is, like that of the Taxol or camptothecin, or like that of the quinine, which either further found the resistance or have the certain type of the side effects. So semi-synthetic derivatives are prepared, or their other derivatives, full synthetic derivatives, are also prepared, so that better efficacy and less side effects can be obtained. And these are the examples of that, like that morphine 6 glucuronide, which is the um, semi-synthetic derivative of morphine, and which is potent analgesic but having the less habit forming properties. Then chloroquine, primaquine, mefloquine, which are the semi-synthetic derivatives of quinine, and these are better anti-malarial than that of the quinine. Then etoposide, teniposide, and etoposide phosphate, which are the semi-synthetic derivatives of podophylotoxin, and they have the better anti-cancer properties in various types of the cancers. Then artemether, arteether, which are the derivatives of artemisinin, which is a very good anti-malarial plant, especially in the treatment of the malaria, which is quinine resistance, means which is not responding to the quinine molecule. Then the paclitaxel and docetaxel, which are the derivatives of the taxanes, and found to be having the very less side effect as compared to the lead molecule, that is a Taxol. So thus there are so many examples of the semi-synthesis inspired from the natural phytochemicals also. So here in lecture 32, we have learned about the various drugs that are obtained from the traditional medicinal plants, like that of the Rauwolfia or Vasaka, then podophylotoxin, turmeric, then belladonna, dhatura. So there are number of the plants that have given the various types of the drugs which are playing the important role in a market in treatment of the various diseases and disorders. Thank you.